So let's just get right into it. The title says it all. Insecure? No, highly stable. It kind of makes you stop and think, right? We see someone's social media profile and there are hardly any photos. Our first thought is almost always, oh, they must be insecure. But what if that's not just wrong, but the complete opposite of what's actually happening?
I mean, we all know that person. You're scrolling through your feed and it's just this endless waterfall of updates, selfies, vacation pics, and then you land on that one profile. And it's quiet. Like a ghost town. And you can't help but wonder, what's their deal? What's really going on there?
And yeah, let's be honest, this is usually where our minds go. In a culture where we're all about sharing, oversharing, someone holding back just feels suspicious. It's like a knee-jerk reaction to assume they're super shy, have low self-esteem, or hey, maybe they have some big secret they're hiding from the world.
But that snap judgment, that automatic assumption, what if it's completely off base? Let's peel back the layers here and go beyond the surface, because the reality is so much more interesting.
And this is where it gets really good. Psychology comes into the picture and doesn't just challenge that idea, it totally flips it on its head. It suggests that choosing not to post isn't about some kind of weakness or deficit. Actually, it's about a deep, profound inner strength. And here it is, laid out plain and simple. On one side, you've got our go-to assumption. The person is insecure, shy, hiding something. But then look at the other side, the psychological view, identity stability, boundary awareness, self-reliant. I mean, those are two completely different stories, aren't there?
Okay, so let's dig into that first big concept, because it's really the foundation for this whole way of thinking. Let's talk about the stable self.
So what on earth is identity stability? Well, the definition is right there, but what does it actually feel like? It means your sense of self isn't on some wild roller coaster that goes up and down with every like you get. It's a solid, deep down knowing of who you are that isn't shaken by what's trending or what other people think.
Here's a great way to think about it. For someone with high identity stability, their sense of self just isn't up for debate. It's not a proposal they're putting out to the world for a vote. Nope, it's already a settled fact.
Now, when you have that solid inner core, it naturally leads to this next thing, low dependence on external validation. This is such a powerful place to be. It's where you simply don't need the likes, the comments, the shares to feel like you're worthy. Your value comes from within. You haven't outsourced it to the internet. It all really boils down to this incredibly simple but powerful idea. You don't need likes to prove you exist. Your life, your experiences, your value, they're real and they're valid to you. And that's true whether you broadcast them online or not.
All right, so if the first piece of the puzzle is about having a strong internal core, this next part is all about building a strong external wall. It's about consciously and intentionally drawing a line in the sand.
And we call this boundary awareness. And man, in this day and age, this is basically a superpower. The world is constantly telling us to share everything. So the ability to consciously separate your public self from your private identity, to look at your life and say, okay, this part is just for me, and this part I'm okay with sharing. That's huge.
This is where you learn to do something so critical. You separate your identity from attention. They are not the same thing. Getting a flood of attention online doesn't build up who you are, and not getting it doesn't take anything away from who you are.
So, why are we talking about all this? Why does it matter? Because when you put all these ideas together, it gives you a completely new and, frankly, a much more empowering way to think about your own life online.
So let's quickly recap the main takeaways here. First up, not posting can be a sign of some serious psychological strength. Second, your self-worth can come from the inside. You don't have to depend on online engagement to feel good. Third, and this is so important, you are in control of defining your identity, not the algorithm. And finally, in this super connected world, knowing how to draw the line, that boundary awareness is an absolutely essential skill.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. In a world that is constantly screaming at us to share every little thing, what's the unique power, the quiet strength you can find in keeping some things just for yourself?